What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we're going to talk about all of the Pokemon coming to the Indigo Disk DLC. I haven't had my take on it, and there's a lot of interesting things coming to this DLC, which gets me really excited. Of course, guys, like this type of content, enjoy these videos. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. Now, let's just dive right into our Pokedex list. And this was data mined by Matt here, and we know about 230 plus Pokemon are gonna be in the Indigo Disk Dex. Now, that doesn't mean all the Pokemon are gonna be new. Obviously, there's plenty of Pokemon you can probably see here that are either from the Teal Mask DLC or from the base game or our home transfer Pokemon, but there are definitely quite a few new ones, which get me really excited. And of course, there's gonna be a couple of new Pokemon that are gonna be showing up as well. Now, this list here does not show images for species 1013 and 1017 to 1023. So we don't know exactly what those species are, but we pretty much have a good idea what those species are going to be. They're just not listed here in the images. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough, and we already know some of them, as like, you know, some of those are going to be part of the Paradox trios for Scarlet and Violet as an example, or like Diplin's evolution, things like that. So looking at this list, we're going to have all 72 starter Pokemon. 72 comes from that there are 8 generations of starters that are going to be added to this DLC, and each generation has, you know, a total of 9. The first form of the starters, their second evolution, their final form, so that's where we get 72 from. But this dex is going to be mostly starters as a big group of this deck, so if you love your starter Pokemon, this is going to be awesome. And we already know that the starter Pokemon are going to be unlocked via side quests in the game. This was confirmed officially, so I don't know what those side quests are going to be like, but it's going to be something that we're going to have to do if we want to shiny hunt these very easily. But I do think it's really cool that we can shiny hunt these in-game and don't have to necessarily rely on eggs, which I think is pretty phenomenal. Now, some other cool Pokemon that are appearing. So we already know like Sandslash and Ninetales are already in the Teal Mask DLC. However, the Alolan versions of these are going to be showing up. So we're going to have the Alolan Sandslash line, Alolan Ninetales line, which is going to be really nice. Because right now, the only way to really get them is to already have them, but they're going to have to be transferred from Pokemon Home over to Scarlet and Violet. So that's going to be like a little bit annoying for a lot of people right now. So I'm glad they're making this change here so everyone have access to these awesome Pokemon. Bioflume Lime is making it in, which is pretty cool. We're finally going to get Tentacruel, which is awesome, which I'm definitely a big fan of. Alolan Golem's another one, you know, you could have from home right now, but I'm glad it's coming back for a lot of people to enjoy. We also have a Alolan Exeggutor and regular Exeggutor. So we don't have Exeggutor at all, but, you know, because how forms work, if you can have one part of the form, you can have the other part of the form. Don't know if Alolan Exeggutor and Exeggutor be catchable. We have seen Alolan Exeggutor in the trailers, but I have not seen regular Exeggutor, so that might be transfer only. Or, you know, maybe you can evolve your Execute into a regular Exeggutor if you're not in the DLC area. That's probably what is most likely going to be. I assume the DLC area is going to work as like a mini Alolan area. So any of you evolve any of those Pokemon, like a regular Exeggutor in the second DLC area, I'll probably always become an Alolan Exeggutor, but we'll have to wait and see for that. Love to see Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan in here. Love those guys. I love to see the Rhydon line as well. That's another great one. We got Electabuzz, Magmar. So a lot of Gen 1 favorites. Dude, I'm so happy that Porygon is here. Like, that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Of course, more starters for Gen 2 as well. Some other really cool pickups that we're seeing here is like Skarmory is really sick. I'm a big fan of that. Kingdra line is really cool as well. Lots of cool stuff coming through this gen. Gen 3, what do we like for interesting things? Of course, the starters, which is phenomenal. I do wonder if they're going to release the rest of the starters as like level 7 raids at some point. I'm not sure if they will do. Maybe we'll just move on to legendaries after this DLC, because no one really cares about the Mightiest Mark once you can especially catch the starters in the wild like this. So we'll have to wait and see, especially because they're doing Hisuians right now. So, you know, it's up in the air. I don't think we'll probably see the rest of these starters as Mightiest Mark raids, but who knows? Flygon is back. We'd love to see that. Metagross is the big pseudo-legendary coming back in this DLC. That's going to be absolutely phenomenal and awesome. I cannot wait for more Metagross action. Gen 4 starters, of course. Funny enough, you can actually get these as an egg in the Teal Mask, one of these at random, so that was a nice little teaser there. Our only fossils we're getting for the generation are here at Cranidos and Bastiodon. My least favorite fossils, but hey, we got some fossils at the very least. Now, Gen 5 is going to have a lot of awesome pickups here. We haven't seen a Zebstrika on a Switch game yet. It's been forever since we actually had Zebstrika, so this is really awesome. Extra, one of my personal favorite Pokemon of all time. Glad to see it come in here. Scrafty line, love to see that. You know, Reuniclus, I just love the Gen 5's mons here. There's so many good options. Garvantulas here, love to see that. Golurk. There's so many great options for Gen 5 mons. Then we hit up Gen 6 here. What's the cool things? Honestly, I think the cool things from Gen 6 is probably going to be the Meowstic line. That's really cool, but not a lot coming from Gen 6. Gen 7 has some cool Pokemon that we haven't seen. Toucannon, very excited for that. Dewpider, love that. Meteor is finally coming to the Switch. It has not come to the Switch yet, so that's pretty awesome. Can't wait for that. Gen 8 doesn't really have anything too exciting here. I mean, of course, Duraludon has his new evolution, Archlodon, and Cleaver has his own Dex entry, which is actually really interesting. This probably means that we can actually catch a wild Cleaver in the game, or we'll be able to use a Black Augerite as an item on a Scyther to evolve our Scythers into a Cleaver already. So that's going to be pretty sick that we get a Hisuian Pokemon that's going to be naturally in the Dex. This is like Teal Mass having like White Stripe Basculin and having Basculegion. So that's a really nice pickup there. So I'm very excited for that. And Walking Awakened Iron Leaves will be catchable in the deck. So I am thinking in the new part of Area 0 that these guys are going to be walking around. They're not going to be like one-off encounters. And we can probably shiny hunt them there too. Now at this point, the DLC doesn't have too many secrets in terms of new Pokemon. We pretty much know all of them. The first one being Dipplin will be getting an evolution because as reported here, the game data has defined an evolution stubbed like the Hisuian evolutions, and Eviolite works. So it has worked since the Teal Mass launch. They patched the games multiple times since then, and Eviolite still works on Dipplin. So this is obviously a teaser. I feel like it was left in intentionally, so people who pay attention really know that Dipplin's going to get some sort of evolution. We're not sure on what it's going to evolve into. My personal take is I think it's going to be some sort of Hydra of some sort, have like multiple heads coming out of a apple. I hope it's still going to be like, I hope it's Dragon Grass or Dragon Bug. I think that's like what people really want to see. Maybe Bug in like Grass, I don't know, but I do think it's going to go leaning into the Dragon typing a bit more here with the Hydra aspect, so that's going to be really cool. And we already know about Duraludon evolving to Archlodon. That was officially revealed, and we already got Raging Bolt and Iron Crown officially revealed as well. Now, of course, if we have Walking Awakened Iron Leaves, Raging Bolt, and Iron Crown, we know that we're going to get some sort of Paradox Entei and a Paradox Terrakion coming as well. So that's two more Pokemon that we already know about. And of course, Terrapagos and his terrestrialized form is coming too. So a couple less secrets, and that only leaves one more Pokemon that we know about but has not been officially released yet. And that Pokemon is Doku Taro, which is going to be like the leader of the zombie trio, which is Okidoki, Munkidori, and Pheasantipiti. We know it's going to be a poison type. We have actually seen this asset in the game. You can literally, if you download all the files of the game, the Doku Taro asset is in the game, just chilling in this part of the picture that was shown off in the DLC. It's also at the grandmother's shop as well. So we know what it looks like. We do think it's going to have another form associated with it. Apparently, this thing opens up and reveals what's on the inside to be more of like a monstrous form. So that's going to be really interesting. Some people are saying it's going to be poison and ghost type. I think that would be really cool, really strong typing for sure. But I'm really excited for this Peach Pokemon. It might be the mythical of this just gen, but you know, we don't know for sure. We're gonna have to wait and see. But it seems like it's gonna be associated with a side quest that's gonna lead us back to the Teal Mass area and probably finish off Kieran's story with that. So that's gonna be really interesting. Of course, there's gonna be more information on this stuff here. I mean, there's a lot of great info on this, so I would recommend checking out the Pokeos website to just read up on all the information we know officially from the Datamon. But that is all the Pokemon that is coming to the Indigo Disk DLC. I'm incredibly excited for this DLC. Let me know which Pokemon you are most excited about coming to the DLC in the comment section below. Personally, I am so excited to see Metagross. I'm so excited for Excadrill. And I'm excited for Zebstrika. So let me know which returning Pokemon you enjoy. Of course, guys, like this type of content, enjoy these videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time with more Pokemon content. Peace out and have a good one.